Hey guys, Shiny Zekrom here, and I just want to quick introduce a new command that, well, it's not a new command to the game, but new to these videos, and it might be useful later on for like when you hold house shops or you're in town and you want to trade somebody because you need it real quick. What you do is it's the /trade command. If you type /trade in a name like this, for example, our friend Sharky is going to help us here by letting us buy a Soothe for 3k. Now what happens is, after you type in /trade, the other person gets a thing saying, would you like to trade with this player? If you say yes, this happens. If you say no, the trade closes. However, here's how you set items. You can set an item just by doing that. You can click cancel, confirm confirms the trade. But if you want to type in an amount of something like 3,000 poke, click the little box here, type 3,000 instead of trying to do it like down or up like this. You can unset the item after you set it, and you can reset a new one. You click confirm, and make sure you see your item and the poke traded to make sure that the trade has gone out without a hitch. We'll say thank you, and a little bit later on we will be doing Cliffside Cave, so I will see you guys then. Hey guys, I wanted to come in again before we actually do Cliffside Cave, which I promise will happen after this. Okay, so on the recent mission change that happened as of this recording, happened 15 minutes ago, I noticed the job board had an escort mission. This is the last kind of mission that I have to show off, which I'm glad I got it before I even did another rank. But here's how escorts work. So we're going to quick cut this and walk on this tile, and we're going to get rid of Bidoof. Why? Because in order to do escort missions, you have to have an open slot in your party for the escort to join. Yeah. So anyways, let's head into the dungeon. As soon as you enter, I think it's any dungeon, you get your escort, which in our case, it's a Stunky. You can run around as this Pokemon, but you will not be able to keep it at all. It will always be level 5, and you can walk around, like I said, you can walk around as it, grow levels, you can do all sorts of stuff with it. Now, the thing about escorts is just be careful if you're going to use your escort Pokemon and it's like a high level dungeon, which I don't know why you would want to do that, but it's just a thing I would recommend is just don't use your escort at all and just use your main Pokemon, because it can cause you a lot of trouble. And if you give up, if you switch out of your escort, you will not be able to complete your mission. You have to have your escort in the party when you walk on the rescue tile. You have no other option. You don't have to walk on the tile as that escort Pokemon, but you have to make it to that tile with the escort Pokemon in your party. Like, I'll show you once we get to the floor, which I'm getting wrapped all over the place by this Ekans. Thank you. Alright, and we are on the floor. However, we have little Aggron again. Oh, and there it is. And look at that, we found Aggron too. Why not? I was about to say, don't get paralyzed. Okay, so like I said, you can walk on this tile as any Pokemon, and as soon as you complete the mission, the escort will go away. Now, of course, make sure... Oh, one last Pokemon to kill. Come on, stupid Ekans. But, ooh, excuse me. Yeah, that's basically an escort mission, is you have to make sure you have an open slot in your party, and I most highly recommend to not even just use the escort at all. You can, but it's not going to do you any justice. And of course, make sure when you have a mission complete, you have an open inventory slot. Let's escape, and we got a TM Flash out of it, and 20 Explorer points. So our points total is up to 75 so far. I need 25 more to hit that bronze rank, and we get all of the house commands, I believe, all of the house commands except for, whatchamacallit, all the commands except for House Weather, which we'd have to get Silver rank, and House Expand, which we have to get Gold rank for. Anyways, this is why, or I should say, in the next part of this video, we will get to going to Cliffside and evolving. So I will see you guys then. Hey guys, this is Shiny Zakram and welcome back to another video. I want to address something really quick, but it'll be after our introduction. We are going to start by going to Cliffside Cave so everyone can learn how, or I should say where you need to go and how you evolve. Now, to address something that I was talking about that I wanted to address is, with the slash trade command that we have at the beginning of this video, it's better to use the slash trade command than to use any other method, whether it be drop trading in another place or using house shop tiles. I personally would just say use your slash trade method if you're going to buy something from somebody or give somebody something, because it just assures it doesn't get taken by anyone else. Anyways, excuse me, here we are at the Cliffside Cave entrance. Let's head on in. Cliffside Cave is a 12-floor dungeon which changes scenery halfway through and adds a couple Pokemon later on in the dungeon. Make sure you're prepared with apples and ethers and stuff, because you probably will need them. In this first part, all there is Macahitas and Grimers, Macahitas, Grimers, and Geodudes. All three of which are recruitable as long as you have an open slot in your party. Oh yeah, I forgot. I don't even have like any of these equipped. Jeez. I should prepare more before I enter these places. Dang. Alright, we're gonna hurry up and just equip some stuff around. We'll get Bidoof the Mystic Water because I'm gonna be switching between training a few things, but excuse me, goodness gracious. But yeah, so this first part has a few floors to it. I believe it's 1, 2, 3F, and I think even 4F are the same beginning, where there's only Grimer, Macahitas, and Geodudes. So let's kill these Grimers for some experience, because it's pretty decent. I mean, 2 of them gave 191. Ooh, that, I think some things died because of that magnitude that Geodude has, which will be a threat to anyone who's a fire starter, has a fire Pokemon, poison type, or anything like that, because magnitude is a kind of big AoE. Oh, and here's our scenery change. So on these floors they add, there it is, the annoyance of Zubat. And funny enough, I actually want a Zubat myself. These are going to be a lot easier to get. They're 8.1% chances instead of the 2.6 or 2.8 that we had trying to get. Oh, and here's that toughness spike. There you go. Even level 26, I'm kind of having a bit of a rough time if you run into some range, which the Zubats can have with their wing attack. So, excuse me. But yeah, just make sure you're on top of your game and that you're paying attention to your HP bar, hunger, and all of that again, because this dungeon can be a bit difficult, to say the least. I'm hoping well, it should happen, but by the end of the dungeon, I'm hoping Houndour's caught up with the other two, and we can be training a Zubat. Or there is one last Pokemon that we haven't run into yet, but it's not until the later floors that we run into it. So, nice floor, right by the stairs. Don't get our Zubat, sadly. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. And yep, if you guys really need to, you have a chance of escape orbs appearing on the floors here. So if you feel like, oh, I'm really not prepared and I need to get out of here. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Oh, and here's our next Pokemon, actually, Aron. This is another one I want for my team, actually. What is our chance of getting this, actually? It's a 9% compared to the 8.1 of Zubat. But if I don't get them, I will come back and show that I have them at one point. Because the reason I want Crobat, well, I should say Zubat, is to get Crobat. But besides that, there is also another reason I'm hoping to get that, and that's going to be, if you guys remember, I spoiled that there's HM Fly, and I'm going to want Crobat to learn it. So, yeah. Anyways, let's keep killing some things around here, hoping we can get our Zubat or our Aron anytime soon. And there's more Geopebbles in here, and the poke piles are a lot more than other dungeons. And there's another one. We have more Diglets. I don't think the ones in here are recruitable, however. I think you have to go to Jailbreak. Oh, shoot our hunger. Wow, I'm glad I suddenly paid attention after I'm the one saying, oh, you guys need to pay attention. And look who's not doing it. The guy who suggests. Alright, let's see if we can get our Aron. And do we get... No, we do not. Ooh. Don't get our Aron or a Zubat. Wow. But what happens, happens. I mean, it may take a while for you to get what you want out of here, because I'd say Crobat and Aggron are both good Pokemon, so... Ooh, as you can see, ooh, we're taking lots of damage. Oh, come on, come on, yes. Oh, phew. We survived that with Houndour, and we got to level 27. I will say we aren't using Houndour for the boss, because yes, there is a boss, and the boss is not very good for fire types or poison types. Or for that matter, flying types either. Alright. Just keep killing stuff if you really can't. I also forgot to mention movesets. While training, I don't know if I ever mentioned it, but Staryu got Psywave at one point, and you saw the Bubble Beam from Sunny Hillside. Turtwig, instead of Absorb, now has Mega Drain, so that's really good. Our Houndour actually got Beat Up, which is a move where anybody that's in your party gets relocated to your location, actually. And we error right here. I'm sorry about this. This will be addressed really quickly. So yeah, it'll be oh, and we have the already playing glitch. Okay, so I'll be right back. And like seconds after I say I'll be back, we're back. I got the already playing error just gone and whatnot. And it looks like we ran into a grimy trap. Now be careful of these, because these can turn your grimy, or what was I gonna say? Wow. I totally forgot what I was going. Oh my goodness. Oh, and the magnitude gets our Houndour. So we have to switch over to Staryu. Just be careful, because all these Zubats know Confused Ray, and it can be a real pain in the butt. Yeah. And it still looks like we can't get our Zubat or our Aron right now. But, alright, let's continue on and keep on going and see if we can get lucky at all. Alright, and as you can see, we just gotta keep killing everything. Gotta recover our HP, make sure that we're not dying. Oh boy, more confusion. Alright, 2 Zubats too, and we don't get them. Wow. I'm not usually this unlucky with getting Zubats in runs like these, but I guess dungeons are just saying no to. Oh, is this what I think it is? Is it Light Clay or Blight Clay? Okay, Blight Clay. I actually did want to explain this. Blight Clay is the fake item of Light Clay. What this does is, it does not extend the duration of barrier moves like Light Clay does, but it allows it so any Pokemon that is under the sleep status cannot... Okay, I guess we can get Diglets here. Excuse me. But, what was I gonna say? Oh, I lost my train of thought. But, oh, big discussion in global, it looks like. Wow. Anyways, as I was trying to explain... Now, see, now I lost my train of thought. Oh my. Oh me, oh my. Alright, and we're gonna go into this with Turtwig on this one. Pounce Orb, that's what that does. But, I really did lose my train of thought. Anyways, we'll go. No, not another one. You're another exploration team coming after the tiles of my home, aren't you? Well, let me tell you something. I've had enough of bozos coming in and tearing down my interior. So, get out! And this is the fight of your life. This is where you can get yourself a tiny mushroom is a chance from Golem, but make sure you do not hit this warp tile. Come here and press enter on the wall. You can say yes or no to it, but make sure you have an open slot in your party or in your inventory to pick up the engraved tablet. This is what you need in order to evolve. That is what you need in order to evolve, is this engraved tablet. So, let's get ourselves Celosia, and let's get our Bidoof, and let's take this engraved tablet and go evolve. Which, by the way, our friend Moising right here, thankfully, donated us a water stone, so we can actually evolve our Staryu into Starmie right now. I just need to sell a few items, so we can make a little bit more money, you know. We are gonna actually store the escape orb, but we're gonna sell these 13 Geopebbles. And I also forgot to mention something. Since we have so much money, I think I'm gonna invest in something, or a few things rather. So it's 7,500 per TM rest, as you guys know from when we did the grassroot video back in part 2. I'm gonna go buy myself 3 TM rests. And trust me, this is actually a very nice investment because of what's upcoming, actually. So buy ourselves 3 TM rests, and here's how it's going to work. We're going to teach 1 to Houndour right here in replace of Beat Up. Beat Up we will be using later on, though, but for another day I'll save that. We are going to have TM Rest onto Staryu instead of Recover, and TM Rest onto Turtwig instead of Curse. So what this rest does is it fully heals your HP and any status conditions, as I explained. But that's where that Blight Clay comes in, is if you rest in town and people try and troll and wake you up and whatnot, you could use that Blight Clay we got and do that. Do just that. Now, I always like to put my engraved tablet like here as the next slot in the storage, just so I can easily access it as quickly as I want to. But you can do it however you want to. But anyways, let's store this 1,682 poke we made from that run. Not 162. 1,682. And let's go quick buy us an an apple. I know, I shouldn't really be showing us buying apples, but I just like to have stuff ready for whatever dungeon I happen to do next, because, surprise, Cliffside Cave is actually not the only dungeon we're doing in this video. There is one more we are going to do. If you guys remember back, as we just beat Cliffside Cave, if you guys remember back to the very first, the second part, excuse me, it said in Tiny Grotto we had to beat Cliffside Cave in order to move on to the second part. Well, I think with a fire type in our hands and how we're all about to have 4 evolved Pokemon, I think it's about time we take it on. So anyways, if you guys have been following me, we've been going to where we evolve. Oh my god, I totally stored it and forgot to take it back out. I'm a genius. So yeah, you guys see a fail right there. If you do happen to forget this, don't worry. If you come straight down, there's a Kangaskhan rock and an assembly. So if you forget who you want to evolve, you can just come right back down here. I should say right back down there, and then you can come right back up. Just press enter on this wall. I should have mentioned that the first time around. And we come into the Luminous Chamber. Takes a little bit to walk towards the back, but right here, here's where we evolve. So, our first evolution is going to be Turtwig into Grotto. So we are now evolved. Next up, we're going to evolve Staryu into Starmie. And as you can see, we got bonus stats now. We got a little bit more HP, so we have a more survivability. Next up, we're going to evolve Houndour into Houndoom. So yeah, we're just getting a lot stronger. And last but not least, Bidoof into B-Barrel. So you guys got to witness 4 evolutions in one video with us. Wow. Now, let's give on up and head into town fully evolved now. And this is where tiny mushrooms can come in. For example, these moves, at least Hydro Pump, is a level 1 move for Starmie. This is where, if you ever have gotten a tiny mushroom as a boss drop, which we unfortunately haven't yet, this is where you use them tiny here, and you can get a move like Hydro Pump. Another example is Houndoom right here can get Thunderfang and Inferno from its movesets. Rototiller is a level 1 move for B-Barrel, for example, but it's not coded yet. But there you go. We have now evolved. So now, you guys should feel a lot more stronger, and, like I said, let's head on into Tiny Grotto and actually get ourselves, you know, let's actually complete this place for once. So, once we get to the entrance, I'm just gonna cut off real quick because I'm not gonna have much time to start this. Oh-ho! There's a burned Magikarp here? What the heck? Oh, it's dead anyways. That was really a weird glitch. I guess it's this Nagato doing stuff, I guess. Poor Magikarp. I thought a Magikarp spawned there, and I guess it does. So, if you guys want a Magikarp, I guess that's not the only place. I guess having a Slake isn't the only place you can get. Anyways, I'll quick end off, and I'll meet you guys back, and we'll start this dungeon and actually complete it. See you guys then. Alright, Dungeoneers, let's get going and let's actually complete Tiny Grotto. Which, the second part I feel like really isn't as tough as it kind of sounds. Because it's like, oh, you have to beat Cliffside Cave. But yeah, there's going to be a few evolved Pokemon, and there will be one new recruitable in these floors upcoming. So let's just continue on, because we're not really going to get much experience from this place at all. We're just going to get anything out of our way and just mosey on through. Get that extra apple for that extra belly later on. Oh, let's go up and see if this Rattata's hiding at the stairs. But yes, rest is going to be really good for us later on, and that's why I wanted to get it on these 3. Because, excuse me, I knew I was going to be using them later on. So I felt like it'd be a good idea to get some TM rest since we got more than plenty of enough money in the Jailbreak Tunnel part. I mean, we made over 20k by doing that dungeon. Just selling all the Geo Pebbles and boxes we got. Selling some... We did... I think in the process I did get 1 stolen item. Oh, and here's a perfect example. Shroomis's effect spore activated on us, and we're paralyzed. So, if we can kill all these... Kill this hop up here if we don't miss our smog or get paralyzed. Rest if we don't get paralyzed, and bam, just like that, we're awake.
Still using the eating pad?
No, you can go ahead and take it.
Oh, it's so freaking cold right now. I can't get it.
Sorry about that. Mom had to come in for something real quick. We'll just move on. But yeah, there's a perfect reason to have rest is that not only to heal status conditions, but in one of the upcoming dungeons that we're going to be doing, I feel rest is actually very necessary. Like, a really big reason why it's needed. And I will show you guys soon. But we'll just, for now, continue on, not worry about that dungeon, because it will be the next video, actually. Alright, so here we are at 5F. So now that we've completed Cliffside, right here it checks to see if we've completed it, and we've completed it. So, let's move on. So 6F, we got Budu right away. By the way, one of Houndoom's abilities, Early Bird, is the reason why I wake up from rest so fast. You do have to take 3 turns from rest, but yeah. In these floors, Budews, there's Nuzleaf, as you see here. Let's see some more Pokemon. There's Tangela, and the new recruitable here is Seedot. Grass type, it's not too shabby either, but it's it's a pretty rare spawn. Like, we're probably not gonna see one while we run through. Oh, in a box, sweet. But we will come up to here, kill that Cherubi. I guess that's one more Pokemon I didn't get mentioned. We'll kill Tangle over here. And it looks like Houndoom's almost caught up to Starmie and is ahead of Grotto right now in terms of experience. I'm actually not going to get any more except this Skiploom here, because I wanted to get experience from our boss, because this place actually does have a boss. They made it a little bit more difficult just because you have to complete Cliffside Cavern in order to get through with this place. Kill you, and then hopefully we can maybe get our Grotto a few percent. But yeah, it feels good to be evolved, and in 5 levels we can actually evolve Grotto again. Which, more than likely, in the next couple videos, we could probably do that. Get rid of that Tangela. Nom Nom the Budew. And it looks like we have our stairs right there. And I'm wondering if I'm missing some Pokemon, because I would like to at least get maybe a couple more percent, like get up to that 30%. Just so with Houndoom, because the boss is probably going to give him 2 or around 30%, which is where I want everybody to be at. Because to be completely honest, we're kind of a little bit over leveled, but it's my fault, because trying to recruit all those trying to get a Houndour was not exactly an easy thing, so it took me a while. But anyways, let's just go into the boss. What's all that ruckus? Oh, so it's you. What are you doing here? I was minding my business and tidying up my humble abode, and then you turn up? You're a disgrace to my home, and you're damaging all of my beautiful possessions. Don't you get it? You just don't belong here. Everything here is in its place, and it's in its place for a reason. And for messing with me, I'm going to put you in your place. Too late for sorries. Get in here, boys. As 2 Budews walk out. Let's give them a taste of our poisonous revenge. So Roselia is our boss, and as you can see with the sun in here, fire moves are going to do a lot more damage, and we one-shot Roselia, which further proves my point that this boss for our level is not hard. But Roselia, I believe, only has 2 drops in a tiny mushroom as well as 50 poke. I may be wrong, and it may be able to drop a Reviver Seed very rarely, but I will make sure at this part, or around this part of the video, that I will put a list of what Roselia's drops are. But, yeah. Roselia's just like, don't be in our faces again. So how you get out of here is you hit this, then you go here, hit this, hit that, hit this, and we are at the crossroads. So now, I should also quick explain all these. Options, this is just all your options, so you can show what the so you can set them to whatever you want it to be. Online list just shows any player that's on online. The battle log shows you what's happened recently in the dungeon, whether you died, what experience you got, stuff like that. Profile, you can view your name, your rank, what your playtime is, your dungeon victories, how many missions you've completed. If you hit the right arrow key, you can see the dungeons you've entered are red, while the blue ones are completed. So if you guys didn't notice, Tiny Grotto for us is now blue. And what blue means is we have officially completed that dungeon. And this is the recruit page, so depending on the Pokemon you've killed throughout your adventure, red means you've only defeated them, but blue means they have joined you. But yeah, so we got a lot done in this video. Not only have we evolved and beat Cliffside Cave, but we've also officially beaten Tiny Grotto. So, in the next part, we're going to cover a dungeon called Island Garden. This is why I mentioned that oh, a little bit of lag here. This is why I mentioned rest is going to be a good idea, because I'll tell you about this dungeon when we get to it next time. So see you guys then. Hey guys, Shiny Zachar here really quick. Just wanted to show off that I did end up getting the Aron and I did end up getting the Zubat. Both the very next run, and it's kind of funny. First Aron was on 6F. I killed it and recruited it first try. Wouldn't you know, with this very same Aron, I started to attack some Zubats with the move Rock Tomb it had, and wouldn't you know, it got me the Zubat I have now. So in the next part, hopefully, we will be trading this Aron and Zubat up in the next dungeon, which is Island Garden. So I will see you guys then.